Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the 350th Special Warfare Training Squadron change of command.
Publish the order.
Attention to order. Department of the Air Force Special Warfare Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Under the provisions of Air Force Instruction 51-604 and Special Order Number Golf-19-123, Lieutenant Colonel Stephen R. Savell relinquishes command of the 350th Special Warfare Training Squadron, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, and Lieutenant Colonel Luke A. Bates assumes command effective 14 May 2019 by order of James P. Hughes, Colonel, United States Air Force, Commander, Special Warfare Training Wing.
Sir, I assume command.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the new commander of 350th Special Warfare Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Luke Bates.
As briefly as I can, I have two main things I want to cover. I have a bunch of thank yous to dole out, so if that's your least favorite part of these things, I apologize for that. And then I have just some thoughts on the squadron patch and the squadron motto, because there's not a list of accomplishments I have within the squadron to talk about, so who's this guy, what does he have to say? So I'll just talk about my thoughts on what I'm getting myself into here. Thank yous. Thank you, Chaplain Jensen, for recognizing the Almighty. I appreciate that. Thank you, Colonel Hughes, for the leadership opportunity. Thank you, Mom, for life. Thank you, Heather, for love. Thank you, Bailey and Lola, for laughter. I have a few things I'd like to give you, if everyone bears with me here.
Oh, why not?
Thank you, Crystal Cruz, for taking care of me when I rolled in here with my truck and my camper over a year ago to get to work. Thank you, all the original DET members that helped put the wing together, because it wasn't just me. I absolutely had help. It was a big team group effort. And thank you, Steve, for all the stuff you put together that I could just now roll in and say, hey, look at this. So great work, accomplishments are well said, and it's been a long time since we did the old PT test at Moody Air Force Base, but I think it turned out just fine. Okay, a few quick words about the squadron, the 350th. There's a Spartan theme there, in case you didn't notice, and the motto is, and I've done some research on it, how do you say this? Molan Labe.
Yeah.
Or apparently there's an older Molan Lave. I guess it depends on the era of Greek or whatever. What does that mean? You see it all over the place. You see it on some guy's jacked up Jeep with a high lift jack doing CrossFit or something like that. What does it mean? It means come get it. And you mentioned the 300 and the battle at Thermopylae when King Leonidas, when the Persians said, lay down your weapons, and he said, come get them. So what does that mean? So the guy coming from the IG, where everything's about compliance, how is this supposed to wash when I come to the squadron where its motto is overtly about defiance? There's some comedy there, I think, maybe cosmic comedy. But I was thinking about it and I thought, come get it. What does that really mean? Who are we saying come get it to? Is it defiance? Yes, historically it is, I'll tell you. King Leonidas said it. In 1778, and if Chris McCune's here, he'll thrash me later if I get this wrong, the wing historian. 1778 at Fort Morris in Georgia during the Revolutionary War, it was shouted out to the British, hey, come get it! And if I'm not mistaken, you can tell it again over at the wing staff huddle later on, but I believe that the British onslaught was thwarted because of the audacity of the come get it. And then even in Texas here, the Battle of Gonzales in 1835 during the Texas Revolution. And if you've seen the old flag that has a cannon and a star and it says come take it, that's a piece of Texas culture. So it's not only an ancient Greek thing, it became an American thing during the Revolutionary War, it became a Texas thing, here we are in Texas. So who's supposed to come get it? Well, if you translate it literally, it's having come, take. And I believe that's a message to students. Any students? Are there some students in the back? There's that line in Braveheart when the armies are at the battlefield and they're kind of hoping that maybe they can negotiate and not have to fight, and then come to find out the English aren't going to back down. And the one guy looks to, I think his dad, and said, well, we didn't get all dressed up for nothing. So you didn't get all dressed up for nothing. You came here to be part of special warfare, so having come, take. That's a message to any student or candidate. I think it's also something that the squadron cries out to the rest of the Air Force and the Joint Force and says, almost like the dinner bell, come and get it! You need some special warfare, guys? Come and get it. Because this is the organization that creates the force that you need. Not just the Air Force, but the Joint Force. So when I think about Molanabe, that's what comes to my mind. Having come, take, student, candidate, get some. And also to the rest of the services and the rest of the Air Force, hey, come and get it. We got high quality warriors coming out of this organization, and you're welcome to them. That's why we're here. That's what we're producing. So I'm excited to take over where Steve left off and be a part of this thing and holler out to the rest of the Air Force, come take it, and watch the motivation and you almost described an autopilot kind of a thing where you throw out what you need and everyone's just going to be like a bunch of sled dogs and go running with it. So thank you again for the opportunity, sir. Thank you everybody else for coming, and I just am really motivated to get on with this new piece of my life and job and service in the Air Force. Thanks.
Thank you very much, boss. The men and women of the 350th Special Warfare Training Squadron are proud to have served with Lieutenant Colonel Savelle and would like to wish him and his family every success in their future endeavors. We would also like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Bates and his family and look forward to his leadership. This concludes today's ceremony. Please join us for the reception in the Special Warfare Group Conference Room to congratulate Lieutenant Colonel Bates and his family on this special occasion. Would you please stand and join us in the singing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party?